Hi Christian Mingle friends, this is Shaunti Feldhahn coming to you with a tip for the day from my research for one of my recent books, which is called, ironically, The Surprising Secrets of Highly Happy Marriages, which is what I know what all of us want, including singles someday. And here's the interesting thing about it. I studied the most happily married couples to find out what they were doing differently. And I realized there's some stuff they're doing differently that matters to singles as well, to any relationship. One of the things that they're doing differently is going into the relationship with realistic expectations. Now, there are different ways that this applies to men and to women. And so I'll do one today for the women, and I'll do a second tip for the men on this. So, ladies, what is it that we need to know about having a realistic expectation that will help our relationship develop with a man that we're interested in? Well, having a realistic expectation means kind of setting aside some of the things that we've gotten to expect from movies and from books about, for example, how attentive a man can be at the end of a very tiring day. See, this is something that's quite interesting for us. At the end of a hard day, many of us need to pour out our heart, and we need to have some time to just unwind and decompress and talk things through, and that's the way that we process as women. Statistically, most women, not all, but most of us process by talking things through. And instead, we need to realize that for most men, it's actively difficult at the end of a long day to process things by talking them through. And that when he comes, let's just say you've invited him over for dinner, and let's say you've been dating for a month or two, and so you know each other a little bit, but he comes in and really all he wants to do is just sit on the couch and watch television for a little bit. And you're thinking, you know, is this what he's expecting from me? You know, to just take me for granted while I'm working here in the kitchen and he's not doing anything and he doesn't even want to talk, and woo, and your brain goes all these different directions. Well, it turns out that most men, it is actively difficult at the end of a long day to have those kinds of meaningful conversations, and they actively need to decompress. One man that I talked to in my research said it was like, imagine his head being like a bowl of water, and he's pouring a pitcher, and it's like these are all of his words and his conversation throughout the day, and finally the bowl gets completely full of words and he just can't handle any more words or emotions or anything because he's just poured in. Anything you try to share with him to talk about is just gonna fall off because it can't fit. And he said that sitting on the couch for 20 minutes watching television and just doing nothing helps that to go down, so that then you can pour more words in, he can have a conversation, and to be able to have some meaningful time with you. So that is a tip for you, is to have the realistic expectations about what men can do or not do at the end of the day, and not take it personally if he needs that time. I hope that helps.